Bank of Canada has a highly anticipated rate announcement happening on June 5th, where many expect this may be the first cut since the rate hiking cycle started in 2022. Thank you guys for tuning in to another video. This week's video, I'll be chatting about the June 5th rate announcement by Bank of Canada and my predictions. So I'll say right now, I think Bank of Canada is going to hold rates at the overnight rate of 5%, where it's been at since July of 2023. I think that inflation data has come in as they would like and as they're expecting. We've had 4 months of under 3% inflation, which is promising. It's trending downwards. It's 2.7% in April, whereas it was 2.9% in March. So we're seeing that inflation under control, but I just think it's too early for Bank of Canada to start their rate cutting cycle. Just like they waited a long time to increase rates, I think they'll wait a little bit longer to decrease rates. But I do think that they may signal that there's a cut to happen in July if this trend continues, which may change market sentiment going forward. So how does this affect the market? Well, obviously, if they cut rates, we'll have a tremendous increase in market sentiment. People will feel a lot more confident about getting into the market, buying and selling. Variable rate mortgages will go down, and new fixed rate mortgages will likely be at a lower rate because this will impact the bond market. If they do what I think and hold rates but signal that rate cuts are to come, I think market sentiment may still improve, although there's a lot of people who are really anxiously awaiting this rate announcement thinking that cuts are going to happen. It may still impact the bond market, having it adjust and potentially having lower fixed rate mortgages, but it's really going to affect sentiment because this hasn't been a normal spring market. I think things have been sitting for a little bit longer than they potentially should. I think there's a little bit less buyers in the market because that uncertainty around what's going to happen with interest rates. And although I talked about in a previous video that interest rates may not really affect the Bank of Canada overnight interest rate, that is, may not really affect a first-time home buyer or somebody getting into the market because they're likely getting a fixed rate mortgage because of the spread between variable and fixed mortgages right now. It's still sentiment, and people want to feel good about purchasing and confident about purchasing in the market. In this spring market, we've seen entry-level homes moving very quickly, which has been a trend and continues to be a trend because there's just not enough supply. We've seen the mid-priced and higher-priced homes sitting a little bit longer with a little bit more inventory coming to market, and higher-end properties sitting a little bit longer as well, just because of the uncertainty around the market. People want to know, like I spoke to before, that they're making a smart investment and that they're buying in at the right time and the right price. And although if rate cuts were to happen, or if there's even a signal for rate cuts, it may impact the market in a positive way on the price front by increasing prices. I feel anyways that people would rather buy in at potentially a higher price for that confidence in purchasing in a market where you think that things are stable or that things are going to go up. And obviously you can't blame people for doing this because all markets are like this. It's human nature that people want to buy when other people are buying. They want to sell when other people are selling. They're going with the herd. That all being said, we still have 5 rate announcements from the Bank of Canada for the remainder of this year. The first is on June 5th, which I spoke about. Next is on July 24th. Third is September 4th. So I think the cut will happen either in July or September. And then we've got one on October 23rd and one on December 11th. As I spoke to before, CPI for April came in at 2.7%, following the 2.9 figure in March, with 4 straight months of below 3% inflation. CPI for May will be released on June 25th, giving Bank of Canada about a month to crunch these numbers before their July 24 rate announcement, which will be even more highly anticipated, especially if they decide to hold rates at this announcement. Anyways, those are my thoughts on Bank of Canada's rate announcement. You'll see in 5 days if I know what I'm talking about or not. But thank you guys for watching this video, and stay tuned next week for a new video.